Hey guys, Jengar here. Welcome to today's realistic review in which we are taking a look at the ME262 A-1a Jabo, sitting at 7.0 battle rating, the ground attacker version. Some say a little bit more options in the ground attacking options. So that is good, but yeah, another ME262. Nice skin, looks a bit better. That's always nice. I flew the ME262s before, of course. Got reviews out on most of them, and this one is nothing different. It has 4 guns, 30 millimeters. They wreak havoc when you use them on a short range. It really is a fantastic plane on the short range. It, demolishes everything in close range. So the guns are good. Not at the longer ranges, but mainly very short ranges, 500, 600 maximum. But yeah, it's an enjoyable plane. It's just not very competitive. It is a far cry from some of the other planes you can fly. Let's not talk about the Su-11 there. Su-11 is almost 100 kilometers faster at the lower levels and better acceleration and all that jazz. This ME262, just like all ME262s that don't have the booster, they're a little bit limited in what they can do compared to many of their contemporaries. And that's not a problem. It's not terrible. Even the Kika there flown by Maxi is a plane that I would rather be in than the ME262 when it comes to performance. But all the more challenging. And what you want to do in this plane is be very disciplined, very patient, and very strict to your flight style, which is boom and zooming. No turning, no energy fighting, at least preferably as the least amount possible, and just stick yourself to boom and zooming. This plane has a fantastic rip speed, which we'll get to. Let's first go into the speeds in this plane. So the maximum speed of this plane at sea level without, there is no afterburner by the way, so there's no nothing there. 830, and then at 4500 meters still go up to 693, and then 622 at 6500 meters. This is in indicated airspeed. Not great. For example, the Su-11 is 100 kilometers an hour faster at the deck, and then around 40 up at higher at 45 and 30 kilometers faster at 6500 meters. So, and there is a lot of planes, a lot of jets that have better speed than this plane, especially at ground level, and that is unfortunate. It makes it a bit touch and go when it comes to that, but not many planes have the top speed in a dive that this plane has. But when it comes to boom and zooming, this plane might have an edge there. The red line of this plane comes around at 998 kilometers an hour, and she rips somewhere above 1080. I didn't quite rip her. I took her down in test flights from 10,000 meters, but you be hard pressed to rip this plane before you reach the ground. And I didn't. So I crashed into the ground multiple times at 1060, 1070, 1080, and after that I stopped trying because it takes time to get up there and he doesn't climb that good. So that takes a while in test flights. So I was like, okay, you can't rip her that easy. So that's a fine conclusion to me. Don't necessarily need the exact rip speed, but it's above 1080 somewhere. Yeah, so that's good. That's very good. That is excellent at 7.0. And for example, comparatively to the Su-11, that thing can rip anywhere from 780 and forward because of the wing rips. So she definitely has an advantage in dives on that plane, for example. It's one of the weapons you can use. Run away, or play smart. Long boom and zoom runs, boom and run. And make sure that you keep your speed. Don't go up too steep, just shallow climbs again and reset, and then go again for an attack. Of course, there's always the things you can do when you're have better reflexes. You're the better pilot, so you can survive some dogfighting here and there. But that's not because of the strength of this plane. Control stiffening starts at 550 with a small tick in the compression rate, in the roll rate. And then you have a second one at 725, but it stays reasonably in the same range where it was. It's not too terrible. Although above 725 becomes harder to get the guns on target. But many other planes have the same issue, so you'll be competitive there. Stall speed in the plane is 120 kilometers an hour, roughly similar to the Su-11, which you'll see a lot. But you also see a lot of down tiers because of the Super Corsair. That happens as well. Get a lot of matches against props because of the insane spam that the Super Corsair causes. Firepower in this plane is excellent, as I said. 4 times 30mm Mark 108 cannons. 2 of them have 100 rounds per gun, and the lower pair has 80 rounds per gun. You then can equip this plane because this is the ground attacker version. You have 24 options for rockets. The 48. You have also 2 heavier rockets available, and you have the 2 250 kilogram bombs and 1 500 kilogram bomb that you can equip. So there's lots of options in this plane. I guess it's good for ground RB as well, because of the amount of options with the rockets you have there. And the guns, of course, 30 millimeters might do some damage to lightly armored tops and stuff like that. So yeah, might fill a role there, although I don't play that, of course, but seems good. For the rest, I like the guns for their effectiveness. When you touch something, it just mostly dies immediately, and that's fun. You just need to use it as a shotgun. It's definitely not a sniper rifle. It's a shotgun, and it's good. It's good at close ranges. The ammo loads, though, are nothing spectacular. 100 rounds per gun, 80 rounds per gun. I would say it's slightly below average for the ammo loads, but you get excellent firepower, and they are slowly firing, so you might not have the same feeling about the amount of ammo you have, because they shoot less fast, so it might feel that it's still okay for you. Acceleration in a straight line is average, but in a dive it's good. Feels a lot better there. Energy retention in the horizontal is excellent. In a straight line, when you come from that dive with that top speed at 1080, she holds that speed very, very long. And that is fantastic. It gives you great energy to reset an attack. Even if you get jumped from above, you can outspeed in the long run many of the jets you'll face. When you get to those higher range dive speeds, you can then also hold them very long, which is good. In the vertical, it's only decent. She's not the greatest in the vertical, but that horizontal energy retention is really nice, and I've used it a couple of times to get away. Average climb rate on this plane. Climb rate is not one of the strengths. You'll have to side climb a little bit, tactically maneuver across the field, and be smart about where you position yourself. It's still one of the most important things in an ME-262 anyway. All the early ones are nothing spectacular at this time in the game at 7.0. There's lots of better planes, so you need to be extremely good with your positioning, your decision making, and your tactical awareness, and your discipline towards your boom and zoom roll. Don't stray from it, and this plane can still do you some good results, really. Turn time in the plane is below average, with flaps average. The flaps rip off at around 650, which is alright, I guess. Not too good, but well, not terrible either. Roll rate is average as well. Yeah, nothing spectacular in the performance parameters, or how do you ever want to call that. It is just a plane that one of the few strengths it has is that dive speed and the energy retention in a straight line. So shallow climbs also work very well in this plane. Maneuverability overall is average. The overheating in the plane is present. She does overheat on 100%, and you want to fly at 97 usually. It doesn't overheat as fast as the SU-11, for example. It doesn't need constant management. You can fly at 100% much longer. So it's not an issue on this plane, but once you do get to the amber, you've got to manage it a little bit. And that's doable, no problemo. Durability in this plane is decent to good. Can take quite a bit of damage. Also can take you home with the 2 engines. I've had a few damaged engines here and there, and she does fly you home on 1 engine. So that is good. It doesn't hold very well the speed, of course, with 1 engine, but yeah, you can't have it all, right? Obliterated by the 30 mils, that bear can. But yeah, no, she's a pure boom and zoom and boom and runner. She doesn't have an air brake, and she has more ground attacking options. I still use it as a fighter. I love this skin, so I'll use this as my ME262 A-1a. The Jabo looks really nice, and as I said, with discipline and with patience and with good positioning and decision making, the ME262 can still be fun. It is still a plane, because it is not a very rippable plane. She's sturdy, she's consistent, it's a steady platform for the guns. It doesn't excel, but it gives you steadiness. And you can work with that as a good pilot. As a pilot that has some experience in things, the ME262, despite not being very shiny when it comes to performance and stuff like that, it's not the best plane out there. She can still deliver for you. And she has some good weapons like that dive speed, the energy retention in the horizontal. Awesome. So yeah, work with that and she'll be good. We've got the best squad, almost 70,000 Silver Lions and 13,000 research points, which is alright. I'll see you in the conclusion. Hey guys, so here we are after the match. Now, the ME262 Jabo. It may not be gold, it may not be silver, but at least it's bronze, right? It may not even be bronze. But the plane, the ME262, they have something for me. I mean, with the things you got with this thing, the 430mm, which is short range shotgun material, with the top speed in the dive, which is really excellent at this battle rating. The 1080, and she still didn't rip, that is excellent at 7.0. So in long dive, you are the king in this plane. And then excellent energy retention in the horizontal, which really brings you to a position of boom and running and being masterful at that. With the just general steadiness this plane has to offer. She is steady. She doesn't rip wings. She is consistent. She is reliable. She is there for you as a pilot. Put a good pilot in this plane and she will give you results. It's simple as that. And you can really make this plane work. I had in the matches I've flown, I've got a 3-to-1 kill death ratio. She really did well for me. It's a challenge. There's many better planes out there, of course, but and the whole package of this plane, the history, World War II, first combat missions for jets. Call me crazy, but the ME262 is still one of my favorite jets in game. And, yeah, I love it. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the review. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button, become part of this community. If you are already a subscriber, don't forget to like the video, do leave me a comment, and if you really feel like helping out today, make sure to share the video with your friends and let them know about the channel.